Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 8. You really had to be there. A phrase countless fans use when talking about Bonnaroo. For Jonathan Mayers, co-founder of that iconic festival, creating unforgettable moments was more than a mission. It was who he was. At just 51 years old, Jonathan passed away, leaving behind a legacy that reshaped live music in America. Though the cause has not been publicly shared, his sudden departure leaves a void felt across stages and fields around the world. Jonathan's journey started in New Orleans, where jazz flowed through his early career. At Tulane University, he discovered the power of live performance while working at Tipitina's and the city's legendary Jazz Fest. That passion grew into something much bigger. In 1996, he joined forces with Rick Farman, Richard Goodstone, and Carrie Black to form Superfly. Their early concerts eventually led to a bold idea to create a large-scale music and arts festival. By 2002, Bonnaroo was born, built on farmland in Tennessee, and quickly became a cultural phenomenon. He didn't stop there. Jonathan helped shape Outside Lands and other major festivals, always pushing the limits of what a live music experience could be. He understood the connection between fans, artists, and the magic of being in the moment. Throughout his career, he remained humble and intensely creative. He wasn't just a producer, he was the energy behind the scenes. He inspired teams of people to dream bigger. Longtime collaborator Peter Shapiro said, "Jonathan was one of the true real visionaries of the modern concert world. Modern-day festivals are all in some way built off of his vision." Corin Capshaw added, "He was the creative force behind so much of what people experience at Bonnaroo and Outside Lands. We're all really going to miss him." Even as the 2025 edition of Bonnaroo prepares to begin just days after his passing, his influence will echo through the music, the crowds, and the shared joy of it all. Jonathan Mayers built more than festivals. He built memories. He gave people a place to belong, to dance, and to be free, even if only for a weekend. Tributes to Jonathan Mayers. Number 7. She had a magical way of drawing people in with her enthusiasm, her brilliant mind, and a smile that lit up every room. Juliette Powell, a powerhouse of intellect, creativity, and compassion, passed away at the age of 54 due to complications from acute bacterial meningitis. Her sudden loss leaves a deep silence in spaces she once filled with thought-provoking ideas and radiant energy. From the moment she became the first Black woman crowned Miss Canada at just 18, Juliette broke barriers with grace and grit. She moved easily between languages, cultures, and continents, connecting with people through a unique blend of charm and purpose. Her career began in music television, where she lit up screens across Canada as a host on Musique Plus and Much Music. Shows like Bouge de la and Electric Circus became cultural staples, in no small part because of Juliette's charisma and sharp presence. Even as she made waves in media, she pursued higher education in finance and economics. By the late 90s, she had moved into business reporting and launched her own production company. Through it, she worked with visionaries like Nelson Mandela and Janet Jackson, each conversation shaped by her thoughtful lens on the world. But Juliette's influence extended far beyond the screen. She became a respected voice on global policy, advising the United Nations, World Economic Forum, and World Bank. Her work on addressing racism in media took root in real policy change. Later, her passion turned toward one of humanity's most urgent challenges: responsible technology. She co-wrote 2 books, the most recent being The AI Dilemma, where she explored how to ethically shape artificial intelligence. As a lecturer, co-founder of a global consultancy, an NYU faculty member. She taught others not just what to think, but how to care. Friend and Equity Alliance founder Claude Granitsky praised her transcultural identity and limitless curiosity. She didn't just belong to one world, he said. She belonged to all of them. Juliette Powell blazed a trail for those who follow, making rooms more welcoming, ideas more inclusive, and technology more human. She leaves behind a legacy of kindness, courage, and smart ethical leadership. Tributes to Juliette Powell. Number 6. His smile lit up every room before he even said a word. And when he spoke, people listened, not just to the words, but to the kindness behind them. Cameron Woodall lived 26 years with purpose, strength, and heart. As a star athlete, supportive teammate, and beloved friend, he left an impression few ever forget. From the courts of Raymond High School, where he led his team to back-to-back state championships, to his final games at TodaY College, Cameron's dedication to basketball was matched only by his commitment to those around him. At every stop, Copia Lincoln, Grambling State, TodaY, he brought passion to his game and compassion to his community. At 6'6", Cameron was a dominant presence on the court. He started nearly every game at Copia Lincoln and was known for his high energy and determination. Coaches praised his work ethic, teammates trusted him, fans admired the way he played and the way he carried himself. He studied criminal justice, showing a desire to help others off the court, too. Cameron wasn't just chasing points. He was building a future, full of promise and purpose. Tragically, that future was cut short in an ATV accident near his Raymond home. His passing has left a deep void in the hearts of many, especially those who knew him not as the athlete, but as the loyal friend and kind soul he truly was. Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones said, "My heart goes out to the family, friends, many loved ones, and the entire Raymond basketball community." TodaY College called him a friend, a brother, and a true bulldog. Cameron was many things: athlete, student, role model, but most of all, he was a bright light to everyone lucky enough to cross his path. Gone far too soon, but never forgotten. Tributes to Cameron Woodall. Number 5. A multifaceted contributor to American public service, Art Madrid was widely respected for his long and impactful career in local government. Born in New Mexico and raised in La Mesa, California, where he moved as a teenager, Madrid's early life was shaped by a commitment to service. He joined the United States Marine Corps, an experience that instilled the discipline and dedication he would later bring to public office. After his military service, he worked at Pacific Bell, gaining first-hand insight into the needs of working families. Madrid's political career began in earnest as a city councilman from 1981 to 1990. He was elected mayor of La Mesa in 1990 and re-elected 5 consecutive times, serving until 2014. In 1993, the Los Angeles Times called him San Diego County's most prominent Latino elected official. A pivotal moment came in 1994, when he launched a bold and controversial initiative to publish the names and photos of individuals arrested for prostitution, drawing national and international attention. He was deeply involved in regional and statewide governance. Madrid chaired the San Diego Association of Governments, led the San Diego Division of the League of California Cities, and served as president of the California Council of Governments. His leadership earned him honors such as San Diego County's Outstanding Elected Official in 1995 and recognition in San Diego Magazine's 50 People to Watch in 2000. Madrid's personal life was marked by profound loss, having endured the deaths of both his wife and one of his sons to cancer during his time in office. On June 10, 2025, he passed away at the age of 90. His legacy lives on in La Mesa's civic evolution and in the generations of leaders he inspired. Tributes to Art Madrid. Number 4. It's the closest thing to a time machine, Barbara Holdridge once said, describing the magic of hearing great writers read their own words. That magic, that vision, is what she gave to the world. Barbara Holdridge, co-founder of Cademan Records, passed away peacefully at 95. She forever changed how we experience literature. With a modest investment and a groundbreaking idea, Barbara and her partner Marianne Mantel launched Cademan in the 1950s. At a time when few women led publishing companies, they created a lasting platform for the spoken word. Their recordings brought the voices of legends, poets, playwrights, and novelists into our homes and classrooms. One of Cademan's earliest hits was a recording of Dylan Thomas reading his poetry. That single release launched what would become the modern audiobook industry. Under Barbara's care, the label went on to publish more than 500 recordings, elevating literature and magnifying underrepresented voices. Barbara's passion for storytelling was rooted in her strong academic background. A Phi Beta Kappa graduate of Hunter College, she later undertook graduate study at Columbia. In everything she did, from building Cademan to founding Stemmer House Publishers, her commitment to literature, equality, and beauty remained constant. After marrying engineer Larry Holdridge, she raised twin daughters and tended to breathtaking gardens in Maryland. She brought the same creative energy to her horticulture that she brought to her recordings. Her garden became part of local historical tours, reflecting her lifelong dedication to art in all its forms. Barbara was also recognized for her efforts in art history. Together with her husband, she identified over 700 lost works of folk artist Ami Phillips, helping to restore a forgotten legacy. She was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame in recognition of her trailblazing career. But her real legacy isn't just in awards, it's in every voice she helped preserve, every story she helped people hear. Barbara passed away due to natural causes, surrounded by family and loved ones. She helped bring the human touch back to literature, said a longtime colleague. She made sure the words had a voice. Tributes to Barbara Holdridge. Number 3. There's no shortcut to truth, only long roads worth taking. Those words, often repeated by Eric Bhat during interviews, now serve as a reflection of his remarkable life journey. Eric walked many roads, across racetracks, newsroom floors, and healing spaces, and with each step, he left behind inspiration. Eric Bhat, a respected voice in French automotive journalism, passed away at 68 after a brief illness. Known not just for reporting speed and torque, but for capturing the soul beneath the engines, Eric brought human warmth to a field dominated by machinery. He began his career in automotive journalism, rising to become editor-in-chief at several leading magazines. His coverage of automobile racing wasn't just technical, it was thrilling, poetic, and deeply insightful. He had a gift for putting readers in the driver's seat. But perhaps his most defining moment came in the 1990s, during his visits to India. He discovered Ayurveda, the ancient Indian system of medicine, and it changed the course of his life. Eric gradually stepped away from the press world to introduce these healing traditions to a new audience in France. Through articles, radio shows, and personal practice, he became a bridge between cultures. On Radio Médecine Douces and in publications like Les Nouvelles de l'Inde, Eric explained Ayurveda with clarity, warmth, and deep respect. His work opened minds and helped many reconnect with themselves through nature and tradition. Journalist Jean-Pierre Gaultier once said of him, "Eric didn't just change lanes, he paved new ones, for wellness, for truth, for understanding." A soul of curiosity, compassion, and courage, Eric never stopped learning, never stopped teaching. Whether he was writing about the roar of an engine or the silence of meditation, his voice never lost its honesty. Eric Bhat leaves behind a legacy that crosses boundaries, geographic, professional, and personal. He showed that life could be lived with passion and still be thoughtful, that one could chase both speed and serenity. He will be deeply missed by those who read him, heard him, and knew him. Tributes to Eric Bhat. Number 2. A camera is my friend, Kimiko Nishimoto once said, her eyes twinkling with mischief. When I'm alone, it always keeps me company. That joy, that lightheartedness, captured through her lens, touched people across the globe. Kimiko Nishimoto passed away peacefully in 2025 at the age of 97. Her remarkable life was filled with reinvention, laughter, and art. Though she found photography late in life, at the age of 72, her bold and humorous self-portraits made her beloved worldwide. With every photo, she proved that joy, curiosity, and creativity have no expiration date. Born in Brazil and raised in Japan, Nishimoto lived many lives before discovering her passion for the camera. She was a champion cyclist in her 20s, a bridal hairdresser, a devoted homemaker, and later, an internet sensation. Her playful images, often featuring herself in bizarre costumes or hilarious situations, challenged not only artistic norms, but age expectations too. Her online presence was as vibrant as her personality. With over 220,000 Instagram followers, she managed her account herself, delighting fans with photographic experiments and comical edits. Her exhibitions, including Shall We Play in Tokyo, welcomed thousands who saw beyond the humor to the heart of her work, pure joy. Her first solo show came at age 82. By 89, she was a global name known for her limitless imagination. "As far as I'm concerned, life is all about being playful," she once told the Japan Times. Nishimoto lost her husband after decades of marriage, raising 3 children and creating a life rooted in warmth and humor. She found solace and purpose behind the camera, and she never let age determine what she could explore. In her signature style, she embraced imperfections and turned everyday moments into works of art. Whether dressed as a witch flying on a broomstick or simply caught mid-dance in her home, every image sparkled with her signature spirit. Photographer Mika Ninagawa once said, "Kimiko reminded us all to never take life too seriously. She made us smile and then made us think." Kimiko Nishimoto showed us that even the simplest joy, captured in frame, can become a lasting gift. Tributes to Kimiko Nishimoto. What's trending on the internet? News 1. The motocross community is mourning the loss of a young rising star this week. 14-year-old Camden Cam William Trail from Bassett, Virginia, tragically lost his life in an accident at East Bend Motorsports in Yadkin County, North Carolina. The incident occurred during a practice session when Camden collided with another rider in midair near the finish line jump. Emergency responders were quick to the scene, reaching Camden in under a minute, but sadly, they were unable to save him. Officials at the motorsports facility have reviewed the incident and determined that neither rider was at fault, calling it a tragic accident. Camden, who had just celebrated his birthday in April, was known as a promising talent in the motocross world. In a beautiful display of community support, friends and family have established a GoFundMe account to help Camden's family with funeral arrangements. This gesture shows how tightly knit the motorsports community is, coming together to support one another during difficult times. Camden Trail's passion for motocross and his spirit will continue to inspire young riders. His memory will live on through the many lives he touched in his community and throughout the motocross world, reminding us all of the importance of cherishing every moment we have with those we love. News 2. In a developing story that has concerned many across the nation, authorities have recovered a body in a wooded area near Broad Creek in Norfolk, Virginia, during the search for missing Navy sailor Angelina Petra Resendez. The 21-year-old culinary specialist from Texas was last seen on May 29th at the Miller Hall Barracks at Naval Station Norfolk. The Naval Criminal Investigative Service and Norfolk Police Department responded to a report of a deceased body found in an off-base wooded area on Monday evening. Officials were seen walking in and out of a wooded area near Richard Bowling Elementary School, approximately 9 miles from the Norfolk Naval Base. Kimberly Wimbish, a publicist working on behalf of the Resendez family, issued a statement saying they are awaiting the results of DNA testing to determine whether the discovered remains are those of Angelina. "We remain prayerful and hopeful for clarity and resolution," the statement read. Angelina, who enlisted in the Navy in August 2023 and reported to the USS James E. Williams in February 2024, has been described by her family as a loving, compassionate, and devoted individual who has always prioritized the well-being of her family and those around her. The Norfolk Medical Examiner's Office is currently conducting an autopsy to identify the victim. As of Tuesday, no arrests have been made, and no charges have been filed in connection with the investigation. Our thoughts are with the Resendez family during this difficult time as the community rallies around them with support and hope for answers in the days ahead. News 3. A tragic incident occurred in Bedford, New Hampshire on Sunday evening when a Bedford high school student lost his life after jumping out of a moving vehicle. Police responded to what they described as a motor vehicle incident around 8:15 p.m. on June 8, 2025, in the area of Wallace Road and Stagecoach Lane. According to Bedford police, officers arrived at the scene following reports that a male had jumped from a moving vehicle. The student, who was a passenger in the vehicle, was rushed to a local hospital where he unfortunately later died from his injuries. Authorities have not released the identity of the student, but have confirmed he was attending Bedford High School. This heartbreaking news has deeply affected the school community as they process this sudden and devastating loss. The investigation remains active and ongoing as detectives work to understand the circumstances surrounding this tragic event. Bedford police are asking for the public's assistance. Anyone who witnessed anything on Wallace Road leading up to the incident is encouraged to contact them at 603-472-5113. Our thoughts go out to the student's family, friends, and the entire Bedford High School community as they navigate through this difficult time. Local support services will undoubtedly be made available to help students and staff process this tragic loss, reminding us all to cherish our loved ones and reach out when we need support. News 4. In a heartfelt moment at the 2025 BET Awards last night, Jamie Foxx broke down in tears while accepting the Ultimate Icon Award, as he openly discussed his near-fatal stroke for the first time in a public setting. The 57-year-old Oscar-winning actor became visibly emotional as he shared details about his harrowing health journey that began in April 2023. Fox's medical emergency started with what he described as a bad headache on April 11, 2023. After asking for aspirin, he lost consciousness and was gone for 20 days, unable to remember anything during that period. His sister Deidre and daughter Corinne were instrumental in getting him proper medical care, with his sister's quick actions likely saving his life. The actor revealed that he suffered a brain bleed that led to a stroke, requiring surgery at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta. His condition was touch and go for the first 15 days after the operation, with his youngest daughter's guitar playing by his bedside providing comfort during his recovery. Since his health scare, Foxx has been gradually returning to public life. In December 2024, he released a Netflix comedy special titled Jamie Foxx: What Had Happened Was, where he first shared detailed insights about his medical emergency, mixing humor with poignant reflections on his recovery journey. During his emotional BET Awards speech, Foxx expressed profound gratitude for his second chance at life and thanked the medical professionals who helped him recover, including his rehabilitation at a Chicago facility. His triumphant return to the spotlight represents an inspirational story of resilience that has touched fans worldwide, reminding us all of the precious nature of health and the power of family support during life's most challenging moments. News 5. In a heartbreaking development, the body of 17-year-old Jackson Cole Croft was recovered from Lake Allatoona in Georgia on Friday afternoon. The teenager had been missing since Thursday evening when authorities responded to reports of an unmanned boat circling on the lake. Search teams located the young man's body in 22 feet of water near where his empty vessel was found. Cherokee County Fire and Emergency Services were first on the scene and managed to secure the boat, but there was no sign of the Woodstock teen at that time. Game wardens used specialized sonar equipment during the intensive search efforts that lasted approximately 24 hours. The recovery brings a tragic end to what began as a beautiful day on the water for the high school student. Local residents have already begun creating a memorial near the shoreline, with flowers and handwritten notes honoring Jackson's life. Friends describe him as an avid outdoorsman who loved spending time on the lake and had a contagious enthusiasm for life. The community has rallied around the Croft family during this difficult time, organizing meal trains and offering support. A candlelight vigil is planned for this weekend where friends, classmates, and community members will gather to celebrate Jackson's life and the positive impact he had on everyone around him. News 6. A tragedy has struck the San Diego community as 6 people, including pilot Landon Baldwin and his wife Tori, died after their small plane crashed into the Pacific Ocean on Sunday, June 8th. The Cessna 414 went down about 3 miles off the coast of Point Loma, shortly after taking off from San Diego International Airport around 12:30 p.m. local time. The Baldwins, from Arizona, were parents to 2 small children. According to reports, the other passengers included a man and his 3 children, though officials have not yet released their identities. The aircraft was heading to Phoenix when it crashed under what the Federal Aviation Administration described as unknown circumstances. Witness Tyson Wisłowski recalled the harrowing moment, saying he initially thought the plane was performing stunts. The next time he came out of the clouds, he went straight into the water, he said, noting that seconds after the splash, it was dead silent. A multi-agency rescue effort was immediately launched, with the Coast Guard and other authorities searching the debris field about 5 miles offshore. Tragically, the water in the search area is approximately 200 feet deep, and the FAA has confirmed there were no survivors. The National Transportation Safety Board has begun investigating this heartbreaking accident, working to understand what caused the crash. As the small community of Pima, Arizona mourns the loss of these beloved residents, they will surely be remembered for the lives they touched and the love they shared with family and friends. Number 1. She always lit up the set with her smile, even on the toughest shoot days, said a fellow actor remembering Tanin Subha, whose presence brought warmth and light wherever she worked. Tanin Subha passed away at the age of 35 after several days on life support, following a sudden illness. Her passing has left the Bangladeshi entertainment community heartbroken. Born in Malharhat and raised in Barisal, Tanin's early life was shaped by both tradition and change. She also spent part of her childhood in Saudi Arabia with her family. These diverse experiences shaped her perspective and later infused her performances with rare emotional depth. Her journey into entertainment began through TV talent competitions in 2012. Though she didn't win, the experience sparked a lasting passion. She started in commercials and soon transitioned to TV dramas and films. She made her film debut in Mater Pori and later became known for performances in Begum John, Obastov Valobasha, and Paloteko. Tanin didn't just act. She connected. Her roles felt honest. Her expressions carried meaning. Her performances left audiences remembering scenes long after they ended. Off-screen, she was an entrepreneur, running her own beauty care business. Friends say she brought the same energy and care to her clients that she did to her acting. Even in her final days, as confusion spread due to premature reports of her passing, crowds gathered in hospitals to show support. The love she gave came back to her in those moments. Colleagues, fans, and family stood together, proof of her quiet, lasting impact. She passed knowing she was remembered. Her husband, family, and team stood by her side in her final hours. Though several of her upcoming films are yet to release, her legacy already lives on in the hearts of viewers and those who knew her best. Actress Rumana Islam Mukti said, "Tanin had so much more to give. Her absence is hard to accept. She left too soon, but her work, kindness, and spirit will continue to echo across screens and in memories." Tributes to Tanin Subha. I never lived a life I didn't want to live. Those words from Sly Stone's 2023 memoir echo now with deeper meaning,